Hello again, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about how to prepare for the Gunner class. So from a few videos that I've seen online already, we know that the Gunner class, once we create our level 55 character, we will automatically be given this weapon right here. The Tiankong whatever level 5. Well, ours will be guns, obviously, not a staff. So what we can start doing now is start preparing all the materials needed to upgrade our weapon all the way to, the first tier of the orange weapons, or the next tier of weapons. So, what we need here is we need a lot of hallowed elements, a lot of these blue crystals over here, a lot of these, and then we also need some Elysian crystals and some sacred crystals. So you can get all of these by farming dungeons, which are quite simple. So what I recommend is start farming for them, as all of these weapons, even though it says untradable, they are bound to account. So that means they are tradable between your other characters. So let me just go through what I do every day just to farm these materials. So what I usually do every day is, first of all, I always do my Tower of Memory because it's 500k EXP for free, so that's always worth it. After I finish that, there are all of these dungeons I skip, mainly because a lot of players, especially on this server, and just a lot of Chinese players in general, are not very good at the mechanics. We tend to just DPS everything down. So for example, like the Ebon Drake Citadel, as well as Desolate Tomb and Narrow Foundry, these three are really hit or miss. Like if you queue up for a party and then you have maybe like a Hong Moon 14 person, then yes, go ahead. But if not, then I recommend that you skip these three. Shogun's Laminate is also a hit or miss for me, so I sometimes skip this as well. So what I always do is Shattered Masts, the Nexus, this one. I do Cold Storage, I do Avalanche Den, Awakened, whatever. I don't do this one, I don't do Heaven's Magnet, and I do Layer of the Frozen Fang. So after doing all of those, if I still have time, then I might think about doing Narrow Foundry, Desolate Tomb, and Ebon Drake. But I don't do any of the ones up here. I don't do the Narrow Sanctum, Automation Foundry, Ebon Drake Layer, Hook Canyon, or this one. I don't do any of these because these all have really high mechanics, and it requires you to have a certain amount of damage, which at my current level it's not possible. So anyway, that's what I do every day. And other than this, I also do one more thing. I also do Mushin's Tower quite often, every day actually, because it is really simple. Run off the wall, please. There we go. Okay, so I also do Mushin's Tower, which is over here, the Trial of the Tower, and I always do all the way to level 15 at the moment, just because it's time efficient and it's fast, and it gives you a lot of these coins, as well as some hallowed elements and a lot of the jewel hallows. As you can see here in my inventory, I have 282 jewel hallows, and I'm still working on getting more of these. Mainly because what we want to do is we want to upgrade our gems, our jewelry, as soon as possible as well. Mainly because the jewelry, when it's fully upgraded, when all of the pieces are fully upgraded, it gives you quite a nice set bonus. You can see here, it says Ancient God's Oath. You need all 5 pieces at stage 12. Increases recovery by 7%, increases HP by 12,000%, and decreases boss area attack by 7%. And it also triggers a shield for 5 seconds on hit. And the shield will let you resist the next 3 attacks. And that's just on that ring. So if we look at the others, they also all give really nice passives. So we hear Mistral, You can see here it recovers 20,000 HP on successful counter or parry, decreases boss's AoE by 5%, increases your attack power by 10 for 5 seconds on hit. And so, you know, all of these pieces, when they're all stacked at level 12, you get quite a lot of bonuses. So it's worth to quickly level these up as soon as possible. It'll probably help on your gunner as well quite a bit. Let's see what this belt does. You see, increase critical damage of the next 3 attacks by 70%. And it also resists Phantom Brand, which is like a CC, so that'll be good. So when we start our gunner class, you know, you probably want a lot of these coins. You can get a lot of these coins by doing the regular dungeons that I just said before, the main 4 or 5 that I do every day. And you also get a lot of these by doing the tower, by doing the trial of the tower. Getting all the way to 15 gets me maybe like 15 or 20 coins, which is pretty good. And there are dailies for that as well. Let me bring up my quest log. So the dailies are... Let me just hide this TP thing. It's bugging me. Okay, so the dailies you can see here are right here. You know, first you get the final training. That gives you 2 coins. Monsters and Mayhem gives you 2 coins again. These boxes give you 3 coins each. 3 coins. This one gives you 3 coins. And this one gives you 4 coins. And this is just up to level 8. And then you get more from from level 8 to 15, which is pretty nice. So once we collect these coins, these are also bound to account. So they're tradable within your own characters. And then what you want to do is save up maybe a couple hundred of these, so that when your gunner is ready, you can just transfer all these coins to your gunner. Click here to the Naru coins. Come down here and get the items that you need. So the gunner has 2 different elements. There's a fire build and there is a shadow build. So according to the Chinese forums, the shadow build is less DPS but less equipment required to function properly, while the fire build deals more damage, but you need to be really well geared. The way they phrase it on the forums is a little bit funny. They say if you have a lot of money, like if you're prepared to pay to win, go fire build, because it requires a lot of resources. But if you're a free to play player, stick with the shadow build, as it's a lot less demanding. So, you know, if we go on the shadow build, we're probably gonna get the dusk, and then get this. Oh wait, no. Get basically all the shadow stuff, all the dark energy stuff, and we should be good. So, you know, just to sum it up, we want to farm a lot of these crystals. We need to farm a lot of hallowed elements, a lot of sacred crystals, a lot of Elysian crystals, and just make sure that our weapon gets up. But if you are rich gold-wise, then you can actually just buy Elysian crystals and sacred crystals. They're not that expensive. Like if you go here and you, let's see, sacred crystals, right here, sacred orbs. Sacred orbs are not that expensive. They're only 13 silver right now. They are rising in price because everyone is getting ready for the gunner class. So this will probably rise in price as the game progresses. You know, probably on the 6th it'll skyrocket. Sacred orbs have also been rising in price. Sacred orbs were a lot cheaper before. They're 75 silver now. They used to be like 50 silver each. So, you know, you could also start buying these if you really want to get your gunner to a powerful stage really fast. And yes, as for gold farming, I don't have any good methods to farm gold, because usually I just do the regular dungeons that I stated before, and that gives me more than enough gold to upgrade my stuff. And if you really do need gold and you're willing to pay for it, you know, you can always press F2. The average on my server, on the DNC 10, it's currently floating at 16 to 1, but this is in RMB. 16 to 1 is pretty expensive. When I came into the game, there was a time where it was 13 to 1, which to me was much better. I don't recommend buying gold here. Anyway, I hope this guide helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.